We are on the second day of our reflection on the 12 promises of Jesus to Margaret Mary in the 17th century, and also the promise of Jesus of the Sacred Heart to all of us, devotees of the Sacred Heart. To those who observe the devotion, these 12 promises are given. But the Lord, of course, His promise is not just reserved to some or to a few, not even just to the devotees. It is a promise given to us all. Yesterday, we meditated on the first promise of the Sacred Heart. I will give them the necessary graces in their state in life. This second day, we meditate on the second promise. I will establish peace in their homes. Bibigyan ko sila ng kapayapaan sa kanilang mga tahanan. And what a wonderful promise it is. A very consoling and reassuring one. The Lord will establish peace in our house. Ironically, the childhood of the visionary of the Sacred Heart, the apostle of the Sacred Heart, Margaret Mary, her childhood was not at all happy. Her father died when she was 8 years old, and the relatives of her father took over their household. And she, her siblings, and her mother became just like servants in their own house. Add to that, Margaret Mary was bedridden for around 4 years because of some sickness. Her only consolation was to pray, to go to church. But even that, it was deprived of her. So the household of Margaret Mary, her family, was unhappy. There was no peace. So this second promise of Jesus was first of all to Margaret Mary, because eventually the family recovered. When they all grew older, they were able once again to take care of their household. Our homes, this is the beginning. As St. John Paul II would say, it is by way of the family that the good news is transmitted. So it is not a puzzle for us if the promise of Jesus is to the family. In this time of pandemic, there are many families who are suffering. In fact, according to some studies, domestic abuse has arisen in many homes. We know that many families are struggling economically. And we know also that many couples, husbands and wives, are struggling to make both ends meet for their children. Some are not able to enroll this year because there is no money to pay for the tuition. Some are not able to go to work because of the layoffs. So many problems in the home. And so the promise of Jesus, I will establish peace in your homes. This consoles us a lot. In the first reading, Elijah visited the widow of Zarephath who had a son. He asked for bread. And the widow told Elijah, my oil, my flour is running out. It is not good for us. I cannot even feed my child. But Elijah assured the widow, do not worry. Just bake me some bread, and I will promise you, your jug of oil, your supply of wheat, of grain, will never go empty. And indeed, Elijah was true to his promise to the widow. Her jug of oil, her supply of grain, did not go empty. The Lord makes a promise to all of us. He will give us peace. He reassures us once again that for all of you who are anxious and afraid, do not worry too much. I promise you, Jesus says. So in this Mass, we pray for all our homes. We pray for all our families. We pray for all parents and children. We also pray for the elderly who have no one to care for them. We pray that indeed the good Lord will be true to his promise. He will establish peace in our homes. Alive eternally, the Sacred Heart of Jesus.
In our hearts.